Going back to the two languages thing, back then people would warn me if you write in other than English in the UK, like you won't get radio plays. Why would anyone want to listen to a song if they can't understand? I kind of like mirrored it to my experience growing up, people only seeing me as, you know, in Japan, people always see me as like gaikokujin, and then in the UK, people think I'm Asian. So it's like I'm always like the other, but I'm actually both. It felt like I was doing like punk music, you know, oh, if I can't write in both languages, I will write in two languages.
I have a special guest, guys. We have Sarah Bonito from Kero Kero Bonito.
Thumb and forefinger tap laughter. Yeah, you know it. でも私は daydream 夢見てる I thought I was only acting. How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink? First you fall down, then you jump back up again.
Could you introduce yourself in English and Japanese?
Yeah, sure. はじめまして。ケロケロボニトっていうバンドのボーカルをしてるセラ・ボニトで、お母さんが日本人、お父さんがイギリス人で名古屋で生まれて中2まで小樽に住んでて、そこからイギリスの田舎に引っ越して今はロンドンに住んでます。よろしくお願いします。Hi, I'm Sarah Bonito from the band Kero Kero Bonito. My mum's Japanese, my dad's English. I was born in Japan, in Nagoya. Then I was in Otaru, Japan, until I was 13. Then I moved to the countryside of the UK, and now I live in London.
So today we have a lot to talk about. We wanted to talk about kind of your backstory as an artist, singer-songwriter, being mixed Japanese. You were born in Japan, but you moved to London, and obviously you started the band with Gus and Jamie for Kero Kero Bonito. And there's a lot of lore with Sarah.
A lot of history.
We do kind of want to make this a bilingual podcast as well. ちょっと日本語も混ぜて
Okay, 全然大丈夫。
I guess I'll start off with saying with how I first discovered Kero Kero Bonito.
Oh yeah, I would love to know.
The backstory.
Yeah,
you know?
please let me know.
The backstory is it was actually PewDiePie.
No way.
Yeah, PewDiePie made a video. Oh gosh, it must have been.
Is it when his Spotify got leaked?
No. I don't think. Well, I thought that was recent, and I know some people clowned on him for that or something like that. But anyway, so I first heard about you because PewDiePie was in his era saying he liked anime. He was kind of shy about it. So this was like 2016, 17.
Oh wow, okay, quite a while ago.
Yeah, I don't even remember where the video is, but he said one of his favorite bands was Kero Kero Bonito. So. で、だから I was like, hey, Kero Kero Bonito sounds like Japanese. So I looked into it and I was like, oh, the singer Sarah's hafu. She's mixed like me. And so then obviously I fell in the rabbit hole of Kero Kero Bonito.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I wouldn't have guessed it was beautiful.
Yeah, PewDiePie was, so shout out to PewDiePie who also lives.
He lives in Japan.
In Japan
right?
now, yes, he
does.
does.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, and so you did join in 2013, I think it was, Kero Kero Bonito.
Somewhere around that time.
Around there. We'll give a quick backstory of Kero Kero Bonito because we have some photos here.
Oh no.
That hey, you willingly shared.
Yeah, I did, but now I kind of regret it because we got
some
never fun to look at.
Okay, so we have the early day photos. When was this?
Probably like the first or second year, maybe first year of KKB, when we used to put on shows in London.
And this is the same era?
Yeah, that was like early rehearsal. Like I think it was early rehearsal time. You can kind of see like we're at one of our flats, kind of like practicing. But yeah, we used to kind of go around each other's flats and like practice and write music. I don't know why I got like a Christmas.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, why do you have these?
My neck,
well, it's your fashion has also, I guess, changed a lot. Well, has it changed? Or this is...
Yeah, I think...
What do I want to say? Who's your fashion inspiration besides yourself? Was it inspired a lot by Japanese like artists at all?
Maybe. I actually don't know because my kind of wardrobe, one side is like completely like black, like goth, and the other side is colorful, and I just kind of like go back and forth between that. Well, today I'm goth, but...
It kind of bleeds into your music taste as well. I mean, like at least the music I've seen in Kero Kero Bonito, I would say, is more bubbly. It made me feel happy when I listened to it. But then I see on Instagram now you're also doing like really hardcore house music as well.
Like hardstyle.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess this parallels your mixed culture as well.
I guess so,
You can bounce
yeah.
between things fluidly. Like sometimes you're more Japanese, sometimes you're more English.
Yeah, I guess it's always fun to evolve.
Also, I really did want to quickly gloss over this just because we're talking about dark and light. During my research, a lot of people online were saying like how Death Grip and Kero Kero Bonito fans are almost the same, or they like both. And so I wanted to read you a couple of comments that I saw. Kero Kero Bonito fans knowing Death Grip lyrics is basically like the Doom and Animal Crossing mashup in musical form. And this has 13,000 likes. One more says, the original Barbenheimer. So,
That's actually fun.
yeah, so
The Barbenheimer of music.
The Barbenheimer of music. Anyway, I'm not going to jump too far into that, but I think it's, just interesting to, see your music taste. It's not all just one thing for you, which is also kind of like your life. Born and raised in Japan, right? So
Yes.
I did kind of want to jump into that. Actually, we do have photos of that as well. Where were you born again?
So I was actually born in Nagoya. I was there until I was 小学校1年生ぐらいまでいて、So お味噌汁は赤味噌が好き。
赤味噌。
そう。
そういうことね。
Yeah,
名古屋だ
that's
から。
where I still have the Nagoya in me.
そっか、
Like,
赤味噌。
そう。
確か
食べたことある？
あると思うんだけど、
うん
確か俺お母さんが静岡県生まれで、赤味噌だったっけ静岡。
静岡は赤味噌だったかもしれない。
焼きそばうまいよ。
あ、焼きそば。
焼きそば。
そうなんだ。
富士焼きそば。
静岡行ったことないか
Okay,
ら。
okay. Oh, really? Oh, they got 熱海。You got 熱海。
いや聞いたことはある。なんか熱海ってさ、isn't that where people have second home?
Yeah. Wow, good.
Yeah, I know
Sarah,
this
you
because
know.
of a manga. Yeah, 花より団子っていう
I'm
漫画。
Hana Yori Dango. Boys Over Flowers. That was a classic.
Yeah, it was super classic.
I did not know that they went into that lore. I only watched the J-drama.
I read the whole manga when I was like 中学生. I had a massive crush on Domyoji.
Wait, the manga character or the real
No, the
life?
manga character.
Oh,
manga character. I actually haven't seen the drama.
You were more into the 2D
そう
man.
かも、二次元。Come on.
二次元
But yeah, in the Hanayori Dango, the manga, I remember the rich kids had a second home in Atami.
Yeah.
So there was like a whole like chapter where they go to Atami. So I remember, yeah.
Besides that, going back to, you were born in Nagoya, but I know, you talk often about Otaru.
Yes,
And you did
yeah.
make like an Instagram reel talking about Otaru.
Oh, yeah,
in Hokkaido. And a lot of people love Hokkaido. So I do want to hear a
Well,
little
I'm glad
about...
to hear that because there's so many great things about Hokkaido.
生まれは名古屋なんだけど、
で、小学校2年生から小樽に引っ越して中2まで小樽に7歳から13歳6年ぐらい
And did you grow up speaking English and Japanese or was 日本語がメイン
Definitely 日本語がメインだけど I can speak English but only like to a level I can speak to my dad. Japanese was my main language, I guess. But then my first word was English.
What was your first word?
Up.
Up?
I wanted
Is this a
to be
Pixar reference?
No,
Before
that
it
would have
came-
been actually, yeah.
What
I
were you
wanted
saying?
to be picked up.
Ah.
So I would be like, up.
Up,
And then
up.
adults would pick me up. And apparently I used to go like
Wow.
that. And they'll take me to, what was your first
My
word?
first word?
Yeah, do you remember?
Oh, you're going to throw it back to me. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I don't know my first word, but I will say I know my mom from what she told me is that she was trying to speak Japanese to my brother. I have an older brother. And I think his first words might have been Japanese. But she always brings up how like she kind of resents my dad for using Japanese too. And then she was like, no, you can't use Japanese.
What?
You should use English.
Really?
Because she was like, I should be using Japanese.
Oh,
So then she started using English to like flip it so that he would know. But now
That's
she's
so
using
confusing.
Yes. So
Wait,
she was using her
And you grew up in America,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So then she said like, now I'm using my broken English trying to talk to my son, and it got all messed up. So yeah. So I don't remember my first word, but
I mean, I guess
that was the
nobody
backstory.
remembers their first words. They get
Yeah.
told their first words.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a funny story about English, like learning English. So I remember my dad wanted me to get better at English, so he will make me read English books, and I hated it because I was like, everyone else around me is not learning English. Why do I have to learn English? So what I used to do is I'll pretend I'll be reading the English book, but I'll put a manga in front of it and pretend. and then like my dad would be like, okay, great. She's reading an English book, but really I was reading a manga.
How did he not catch that?
I think he did catch me once,
Okay.
but I don't remember.
What manga was it?
Oh, back then, probably Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter x Hunter, yeah.
Hunter x Hunter is so old that it was
Yeah.
still like around like then.
Yeah, I've been following it since
He's
then.
never gonna finish it.
This is the thing. Like,
He's married to the Sailor Moon offer
I
too.
heard
so.
this, yeah. I think that's super sweet.
You know, like, okay, this is a tangent, but I heard that the mangaka's lifespan generally is around 65.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, how old is he?
Well, the thing is, he's taking a lot of breaks, so I'm pretty sure he's okay.
Okay.
But I'm thinking like Mira from Berserk died pretty early. Akira Toriyama died, and then I read One Piece. So Oda
Yes,
is like,
I've heard, yeah.
He's like 45. He's like 45 or.
Oh, he's pretty young.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh man, he needs to finish this quick.
But then One Piece is gonna finish soon, right? I heard they're gonna find the
Find the treasure. Yes, soon.
Okay, soon.
But he's been saying this for a while, so we don't actually
okay.
know. But all right, that was a tangent. But going back, so you used to read the Hunter x Hunter manga instead of studying English, but that means I guess you weren't using English that much.
Yeah, just to like, I mean, it was more like I couldn't really spell or read that well. I understand what people are saying in English, but like conversation, like, it was just like a standard conversation you have with your dad kind of thing.
It's
So-
like 多分自分と逆パターンかも. Because I could kind of understand what my mom was saying. Because I was born and raised in America, and then like I don't know if my obachan would call like an international call, I'd pick up and be like, she'd be like, Max, and I'd be like, ちょっと待って and just get my mom. Did you have that experience?
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
grandma?
My grandparents will call me. Oh, actually, what the best thing about like maybe you had this the opposite way is like in Japan, like for New Year's you'll get otoshidama, right? But you don't get present for Christmas. But the good thing about having grandparents in the UK is they'll send me presents for Christmas. So I'll get presents for Christmas and otoshidama. So I got to like celebrate both, and I always thought that was
Oh,
sick.
that is sick. You're getting a present and money.
Did you get that?
No, I never got
you didn't get the
otoshidama. I didn't get it.
Dang.
I got it. I think the first otoshidama I got, I was like 20 something.
That's
Also
the age you
in
start giving otoshidama.
Right? No, so I went to my obachan-chi for like shogatsu, and then she was like, "Here's like
Wow.
okozukai, otoshidama."
How did it feel?
It was great
That was
because
great,
I was
yeah.
a broke college
You
kid.
missed out.
Yeah, but I was
Missed
just
out
like,
20 years,
I was like,
like-
what is this? And like she kept kind of doing it until I was like 25 or
Oh,
something.
that's so nice.
I was like, I'll take it.
So what did you spend your otoshidama?
It probably just bills, I guess.
Too realistic.
I know. Because I was already in my 20s.
That's good.
Yeah, like, I mean, we also have some photos here that I kind of wanted to go through. Is this in Otaru? Wow, you look
Otaru, yeah. It was like I
main
remember,
character. The main
because I
character.
cropped it, so like it looks like a main character, I guess. But like I remember, it was kind of like fashionable to have this tie short as possible, so people you can see like.
How old were you here?
I was probably like, 中学校1年生, so 12. Yeah, this was the winter uniform.
Why are your socks not as short as these
I
girls?
actually don't know. Yeah.
Why is no one smiling?
Sorry, that's just how it is,
Is
this is how it is.
Is this a Hokkaido thing or a Japanese thing? I thought like, there's no like even peace sign. This era was peace
this
era.
is like like a formal, like a group picture of like a formal thing.
Oh,
it
right,
wasn't
right,
like
right.
A with friends. You can see like that this.
Yeah.
This guy was not.
He was
my
not
friend.
he was not happy.
Not in the friend group.
He
So
was
it
not
was like a
happy.
formal thing. But I remember we had a kosoku of like no snorkeling allowed. And I always question
What?
like why.
What do you mean no
No.
snorkeling?
No snorkeling,
Like-
the.
But why would you go snorkeling in school?
Well, no, outside of school, you weren't allowed to do that.
Just like this, they can
Like,
do that.
Yeah, yeah.
They can just say like,
yeah.
"Hey, you can't do snorkeling."
Yeah, no, you can't do this outside of school, and it's that I think that usually something did happen, and then they ban it.
Because it's dangerous.
Someone must have had an accident or something. I don't know,
But
I remember that course. Okay,
well, how can they dictate what you do outside of school?
that's just Japan, I guess. Like,
No snorkel, but it's so random. No snorkel. It's not like, oh, no drinking, no smoking.
Yeah,
No
no
this, that.
snorkeling.
No snorkeling. Is snorkeling big in Otaru?
I mean, in summer it gets warm enough to go in the sea, so you can snorkel. But I didn't feel like I was missing out. To be
Wow.
honest, like yeah.
Damn, you have so much backstory. See, like, do you feel like all this, like born in Nagoya, then going to Otaru, having all this experience, and then, how did you actually pick up English so well? I know you did move to London right after this, right?
So I didn't actually move to London. I moved to a countryside of UK, countryside of Japan to countryside of UK, both public school. Yeah, I never really lived in the city until I started living in London.
Was that like a good way to pick up English though, because it was countryside and?
I think it took like good 2 years to get used to. I remember I used to get really annoyed, like, why is Wednesday spelled like that? It doesn't make any sense.
Of all things, why is Wednesday
Yeah.
spelled Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah. Because like Japanese, like, spelling it makes, well, I guess it doesn't make sense in a different way.
Context.
Like there's too many kanji. But like, you can pretty much spell easily and
True.
hiragana and stuff.
You can always spell hiragana.
Because it's like phonetic. Well, I was like, why is Wednesday? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, actually, sorry, I keep remembering
From the Japanese perspective, that's really funny though. Because like you speak
true.
English like perfectly now.
Thank
but like,
you.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
I meant that. I didn't mean that like that. I just meant like as a statement.
Oh, but actually, I have a funny story. Is like, so when I moved to the UK, I wasn't good at English, and then people would be taking like a foreign language at school, like French or Spanish, and they're like, she's not good enough for that yet, so we'll get like a English tutor to teach me like 3 hours a week at the library, whilst everyone was doing French or something. And then, so I had that for a few weeks, but then suddenly this English tutor just stopped coming. Like, she just disappeared. And I was like really shy, and obviously I was in like a new country, well, not new, but like I was new to the school, and like I was so shy, so I didn't tell anyone. My parents don't know about this story actually, so I didn't tell anyone.
Okay.
And then so I actually ended up with having 3 hours a week just doing nothing.
Because the tutor's not
Yeah,
there.
the tutor just. I hope she's okay. I never
Where
found out
did
what
she go?
happened. I don't know. She just stopped coming.
So you were going to an empty classroom?
No, I was just in the fields, like sunbathing, whilst everyone was learning French.
Where was the class originally?
In the library of the school.
Oh, but so she just stopped coming.
Yeah, she stopped coming.
So you're like, all right.
I was like, okay, fantastic. Like,
it's like I can't tell anyone.
yeah.
Because then I'd have to study.
Yeah, I didn't have to study.
That was a smart idea.
Oh, yeah.
And look, it doesn't matter because you speak English, so it all worked out.
Yeah. I think the reason I picked it up quite quickly was I had the Japanese study ethics drilled into me. So I was
勉強しなさい。
そうそう、めっちゃ勉強しまくるのが普通みたいな。宿題はめっちゃあった。イギリスと比べてもう全然。
中学校は結構あるね。
やばかった。
でも、it's like、大学はでも本当に逆って知ってる？
そうなんだ。それは知らない。
いやでも本当にもうみんながもう中学校高校もすごい頑張ってて、もう入学試験あるんじゃない？日本は、入学試験をパスしたらもう大学入ってからもう結構自由になる。
そうなんだ。
Because and I feel like they do that because you're gonna join a company after, and then your work life is hell again.
な
So
るほどね。
like your 4 years of 大学はもう結構みんなもう勉強しない。
じゃあみんな遊
でも
ぶみたいな。
みんなっていうよりもlike maybe 医者とか like そういう like ちょっとテクニカルサイエンス系の学部は真面目なんかもしれないんだけど、most people are like partying, just drinking.
そうなんだ。
So I did school in America until high school, and then I did 2 years of college, and it was really tough. You can really fail and drop out of school in college. But I went to Japan for Sophia. I transferred, and I was like, "This is so easy." Like,
Oh, really?
I was like, "What?"
Wow, you had the opposite experience because I moved to the UK and I was like, wait, this is easy. Like, wow,
Yeah,
I
'cause
didn't know it's like the opposite.
It is, yeah.
Wow.
Why is that?
I don't know,
Why
because I remember like I used to get a 2 in sugaku, like you know the seiseki is out of 5 and 5 is really good and 1's like
bad?
like and then 2 is still really bad
in Japan.
So I thought I couldn't do math.
2がやばいよね。
そう2やばいなんか、やばくて and then I moved to the UK and then I started getting A's and I was like wait できんじゃんみたいな数学できんじゃんみたいな
We are not beating the allegations that Asians are good at math though. Like
yeah we will beat that. I think it's because like I think it's like way they taught subjects is really different. I think well in the UK you get to like learn a lot of subjects but you don't really go as deep. But I feel like in Japan you go really deep but the variety of subjects they teach you is not that much, if that makes sense.
All right, everybody. So I've lived in Tokyo for a long time now, and I've helped a lot of people figure out this city. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Klook. Klook is an experience-based booking platform that makes traveling throughout Japan and throughout Asia more easy and more affordable. So you can use Klook to book tickets for things like Tokyo Disneyland, maybe for Team Lab Planets, or you can book more practical things like the eSIM card packages, or maybe travel-related things like the Shinkansen bullet train tickets, which helps you travel throughout the country. There's 2 things I want to highlight this summer, which is the Universal Studios Japan Studio Pass and also the JR Kansai Hiroshima Area Pass. Right now, this even includes access to the Osaka Expo, which is happening right now and runs all the way until October this year. One of the best things about Klook is you can book everything in one place. You don't have to go to a Japanese website, which a lot of times with the auto-translated to English feature, it doesn't work very well. You can do it all here on Klook instead. Klook's website and app are super easy to use. Everything is available in multiple languages. You can pay in your own country's currency. Make sure to use my promo code MAXDCAPO for 10% off your first order. So if you're planning your trip to Tokyo or anywhere else in Japan, check the link down below and start booking things through Klook today and make your whole trip a hell of a lot easier. Thank you again, Klook, for sponsoring this video. Throwing it back to your music career with Kero Kero Bonito, putting in both English and Japanese, I think is just like, well, going back to when we first started talking, you know, the first songs I heard from you, I think was Flamingo and Sick Beat.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, and I really just like Sick Beat where you're like, Akogare no Tomb Raider to ka. And I was just like, oh, she's really...
She's a gamer.
She's a gamer. Yeah, she's also a gamer. What do you know? Which, you know, this is like years ago, maybe close, almost 10 years ago. So it was still pretty rare to see this mixture of English and Japanese. I mean, now, of course, K-pop is big, so a lot of music has Korean and English together. And I actually wanted to ask, like, you know, your inspiration, I guess, was that all from yourself that you wanted to write English and Japanese like this way? Or did you have any inspiration from like some of these other artists, like, you know, Crystal K was on this podcast, or another bilingual singer would be like M-Flow or Utada Hikaru. Were you inspired by any of these artists, Japanese artists?
I think like back when I started writing, I didn't really know much about music, to be honest. And I think like because I was like studying art and I wanted to be a painter initially, so I wasn't like one of those people that were like, I don't know, I wanted to be a singer since I was 5 or something. So I just kind of like, I kind of fell into that world. And the reason I wanted to like write in both languages is because like back then, なんか大昔の話してるね。
まずいいよ。
昔。But like back then, it was like.
We do have some art. You know,
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, actually, this is just before I met Gus and Jamie.
Okay.
This is what I was doing.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
So this was before you were even like, I want to sing.
Yeah, this is this is first year maybe of KQB.
Okay.
But this is when just before I met Gus and Jamie. I was doing this kind of
And
stuff.
where were you doing
That
this?
was at uni. I used to study visual arts.
Do you
So
know-
this was like the biggest project I ever done in terms of painting.
What is the project?
So I got this like wall. There was 4 walls, and I wanted to like paint all of them and combine them and make them into a room. And then I hand painted the wall. And then
Damn, how long did this take?
Oh, like ages and ages, like a crazy person drawing circles all day. Like
Just like
yeah, I was at uni. Like I wake up, go to uni, go to my studio, I just draw circles, like, and then you know. I think I'm a bit sane now, but I think I was
This
way
was the
crazier
insane-
back then.
But this is like visually, this looks like the start of Sarah's career in Kero Kero Bonito. It's like
Thank you.
ideas and color.
Yeah. But then going back to the 2 languages thing, back then people would like warn me like, oh, if you write in other than English in the UK, like you won't get radio plays. Like why would anyone want to listen to a song if they can't understand it and stuff? So that kind of like mirrored. I kind of like mirrored it to my experience growing up, like people only seeing me as like, you know, in Japan, people always see me as like gaikokujin. And then in the UK, you know, people think I'm Asian. So it's like, I'm always like the other, like, so, but I'm actually both. So it felt like I was doing like punk music, like, you know, if I can't write in both languages, I will write in 2 languages.
I'm doing
like,
it. It was like, this is me. Like,
yeah, exactly. This is me, and like, yeah, whatever. I don't care if I don't get radio plays. Like, this is, yeah.
But ironically, you did get radio plays, and like it did reach a lot of people and I think it was like the perfect time where people are like, wait, what is this sound? Because a lot of people were probably getting into or had been into maybe Japanese anime or games, and so it was nice to see like, oh, I can understand like half of this song and the other half sounds like you know.
And they all come together. Like,
Yeah.
No,
And-
it was really nice feeling. Like especially you mentioning like sick B or like like when people say they like those songs, it almost made me feel like help me with like my identity, like confusions. Like it was like I felt like I was accepted or seen, or it was a really nice feeling.
Did you feel like when the music started really hitting with maybe Sick Beat and Flamingo that you didn't feel so much like of that identity issue or identity?
I think so, yeah, because I had like all these frustrations built for a long time, but I didn't have anywhere to like express it in a way. So I had like an outlet to kind of express that. Yeah, it definitely felt really good.
You know, you've done a lot of live shows, and this is a random question that just came into my head, but are people also singing both lyrics as well, like in the audience?
It's the best feeling.
That's so cool.
It's so funny. Like I'm pretty sure they can't speak Japanese, but they're shouting the Flamingo lyrics. It's actually a really funny, like, it was really cool, like, when we go to, like, really obscure places and people, like, shouting the Flamingo lyrics at me. And then, I met so many people like me through playing shows as well, meeting people like who were mixed and had a similar experience, and it felt a cool thing. Yeah.
Thinking about now though, also there's so many new young artists who are like early 20s and bilingual, mixing English and Japanese. How does it make you feel?
I'm really happy about that. I think I always believe that music can transcend like borders or culture. That's the magic of music. So I think it's cool that there's no like pushback. It's like, you know, people just throw in loads of different languages and expressions, and I think that's a cool thing.
Like I saw Sam Smith and Utada Hikaru did a cover together. Yeah, and I was just like, what is this? Or like, you know, Doja Cat and Lisa, I think, had a song together.
Cool.
It makes me happy too, because I feel like when YouTube and stuff was just first starting, I was able to kind of identify, because I grew up in North Carolina in America, and there wasn't like a huge Asian presence, definitely not Japanese. But then YouTube was kind of like my start into finding out more about the world and Asian Americans, and then it went into half Japanese people and seeing those faces. You were probably one of the faces in the mid 2010s that I was like, oh shit, like there's another one of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Inspiring for me in a way, be like, oh, there's like somebody else who's like me, who's really gambatteru, in this industry.
Yeah, back then, like, you'll turn on the TV and there's no one like me. So I felt really alone or isolated a lot of times, because I went to like public school, both in Japan and the UK. Actually, this is one of the reasons I wanted to come on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wish this podcast existed when I was growing up, because it made me feel like, I'm not the only one who had this.
Wow. Thanks for saying that. That's
yeah.
literally kind of why I made it too. Because I was so happy when you wanted to be on the show and everything. So.
Oh no, I wasn't. Yeah,
I was like, what, Sarah?
Thank you. I was just not a listener, a viewer of your channel.
Oh,
so.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, many more to come. Let me quickly look at our question. We had a whole question list that we made, so I want to make sure I hit all the topics. But yeah, just going on that topic, I think the young ones, the kids these days, they don't know how hard it was back then.
We're sounding like this Oji-chan and Oba-chan,
show,
like back in my day.
They don't know how hard it was to get anime. You had to download it off BitTorrent.
Oh my God.
Crunchyroll was still illegal.
Actually, yeah, like, because I was so shocked a few weeks ago, in the UK, they showed the final 2 episodes of Attack on Titan in the cinema, all across the UK. And I was like, are we living in the future? Like, this is unheard of. Like, yeah, I was so shocked.
Damn, if I was in high school again and this is the norm, that would be crazy. Like, I mean, like, I guess I wouldn't think it's crazy though. Man, my high school era, we had like Dragon Ball Evolution. It was trash.
But then have you seen the Death Note?
The Netflix one or the Japanese one?
Not the Japanese one, the Netflix
one.
one.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay, I never go on Instagram story rants.
Okay.
At all, but that was the only time I posted an Instagram story rant, and I deleted it quickly because I was like, oh, this is kind of like different from like Sarah Bonito, like usual Kero Kero Bonito content, so I should delete this.
But it made
I was so like offended.
I had to say
go.
something.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't stand for this.
Yeah, this is not my Death Note.
Wait, who's your favorite character in Death Note?
Maybe Ryuku.
Ryuku?
Yeah,
oh, wow, okay.
I thought it was cute with the apple.
He was cute.
I remember I used to get the Death Note manga delivered to me from Japan to the UK. Like, just like...
By who?
Just like, I can't remember, like, probably 友達だったと思うんだけど, like, it was like, you can't read it online like now.
Yeah.
So I'd get it delivered. And I'll read that like 100 times.
It's like Silk Road. We're just like sending...
The goods have arrived. Like,
getting this manga. Oh yeah, well, we glossed over Otaru a lot. What is the best food to eat in Otaru, Hokkaido?
Unidon? You know what I used to do was like, I used to get a fish net and go into the sea, and I put like a nuggetto, like chicken nugget in the. No, trust me, fish love this, and I would like sit in the sea for like 20 minutes, and then I'll like raise the net, and there's so much fish in the net.
So we
like-
have a young Sarah just
Like fishing.
fishing with a chicken nugget.
No, it works. Please, someone try it.
Somebody
And, like,
else-
Chicken nugget, like KFC, they love
What?
KFC,
Somebody
hot dog.
needs to, all right, verify this. I believe it, but it's also just the visual image of
And-
you putting a nugget into a net. And you're
the
like,
net. And also, like, I remember taking my catch of the day, the fish, to my mom and be like, "Can we eat it?" And she's like, "Hell no, take it back, throw it back in the sea."
she's like, I'm not gutting this thing.
Yeah. And I remember, like, I had to throw the fish. It was like a cliff. And
Yeah.
then there's the ocean.
A cliff?
So I used to throw the fish.
Off
but then
the cliff?
seagulls will come and catch it mid-air. So the
What?
fish died, that got eaten.
Either way, they got
Either way,
eaten.
so-
Well, I mean, it's the Mother Nature
Yeah,
cycle of life. That's
Um,
crazy that they caught it mid-air.
Yeah, they're fast. Yeah, Otaru seagulls, like, don't mess with that.
Don't mess with Otaru seagulls.
But I think a lot of people know Otaru from it being on the drama Hatsukoi. A lot of tourists go there.
That's how.
Do you know? Or Golden Kamui.
Ah,
It's
Golden
set in-
Kamui mo,
The first
Otaru.
10 episodes. Actually, Golden Kamui, I only watched the anime, but the first 10 episodes is set in Otaru. Yeah.
No way.
So-
Well, but also, yeah, Hatsukoi, with the Utada Hikaru song was in that, right?
Oh, I haven't actually seen it, so
Okay.
I don't know. But I know, like, that.
Yeah, I did
those-
watch Hatsukoi.
Ah, so you've known.
yeah,
that's
yeah. And it
what
was
looks
yeah.
like,
Now that I
yeah.
think, I never
Yeah.
even made the connection. Now, now I know you're okay.
It's kind of cool because, like, when I was living there, people were like really like panicking, like, "Oh, nobody's coming to Otaru. Like, we're losing money," so everyone was panicking. But now I come back and I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess it's fine. Thanks to Hatsukoi, like, we're good." Like,
Wait, you could be an ambassador for Otaru, maybe.
yeah, I
Because
would love to. Yeah.
everyone's going to be listening to this. It's like, okay, I think I know. You need to go to Hokkaido.
Oh yeah, you should.
I did want to actually bring this up. A lot of your promotional images and for Kero Kero Bonito had you with blue hair. So can you explain the blue hair that
The
you
blue
had?
hair. Just before our first album came out, Bonito Generation, I was actually working in an office doing like admin, like general admin stuff. Like, so like I was in charge of the stationery cupboard. So when, like, you know, we'll run out of pens, people will write on a Post-it note, "We need pens," and put it on my desk, and I'll have to order them. And I'll be like shredding paper, you know,
Yeah.
like really like
Wow.
めっちゃなんかなんだろう。
リア充? Is this
リア充
Riachu?
めっちゃなんかそうそうそうなん
Is this Riachu?
なんか OL ライフみたいな感じ。And then I just couldn't take it anymore.
It's like if one more person tells me to shred some paper or order some
Yeah. Oh my
stationery.
god, I remember I had a performance review and they told me I'm doing okay, but like they want me to, even if I don't have anything to do, they still want me to pretend to work because it's lowering the morale of the company.
No, I hate corporate like
Yeah, this is so I was
reviews, lowering morale.
But yeah, and then it was like a Japanese company that had a branch in London.
It was Japanese. Oh.
But yeah, anyway, so because it was a Japanese company that was had a branch in London. Like, you know, like in Japan, like you get like a bonus if you work a certain every end of year or something. If I worked a year in that company, I could have got the bonus. But I was like, I can't do this anymore. 11th month. 1 more month to go to bonus, I just quit.
Oh man.
So the cover of Bonito Generation, I have a bit of blue hair, so I just dyed my hair a bit blue. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna go full blue hair, 100%. And it was kind of like my way of being like, okay, I'm never going back there again. There's not much corporate job you can do with full blue hair, so it was kind of like my commitment to myself, like, never again, never look back since then.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah.
Hindsight maybe was not a good idea because I was like, how am I going to survive? But then I ended up like, this was like my Hannah Montana period. We're going into the Hannah Montana
I love
period.
how you title it.
The Hannah Montana arc, because I was like, so after the corporate job, I still have to somehow make money. So I was like teaching English and Japanese under a fake name.
Why did you need to have a fake name?
Because I didn't want people to look me up.
Oh, right.
At like a cafe, like privately. They didn't know what, they just thought I was a teacher. And then on the weekends, I would go to a music festival and play that show. So weekdays, teacher, weekends, music. And then, yeah. And so, I didn't find it stressful at all because I was doing all that thing so I can keep doing music.
That's really cool. I feel like I always enjoy hearing stories from artists or creatives where everyone might have this image of, wow, you know, she's an art. She's been doing this forever. This is who she is. But when you hear like the backstory of, even when you're starting, you're doing both, like fake name you, and then your artist you on the weekends. That's very relatable for a lot of people because, especially in this economy, it's like
This economy,
in this
getting
economy,
really dark.
you have to do like so much to, you know, support your passions.
No, I always say to people, just go for it. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. So, and then I just realized, like, doing all that corporate stuff.
Yeah.
Like working, like, you know, just even a few hours of doing something you don't want to do versus working on a project you're really passionate about. I can go on for like all day and I'm not stressed out. So
and
it's
not
like
sleepy, and you're just
yeah.
like,
I'm sure you have this
Yeah,
as
I
well.
know.
So it's like yeah, it's way more fulfilling doing something that you like.
Sarah, you said you wanted to mention this.
Yes.
This is some early day photos.
So yeah, this is we can put
Mitcha.
this one down. Okay. So this is me doing tea ceremony in Japan. I used to study tea ceremony.
そうだよ。
そうなの。お茶の稽古。
お茶の稽古っていうの。
表千家やってて. And I always wanted to tell this story because like how it all happened. I think my life is all about like it just happens. But like how I started studying tea ceremony was I was walking home one day from school. Okay.
This is already starting.
I always wanted to tell a story. So I was walking home from school, like 小学校2年生とか. And then this random woman comes out of her house holding like an omanju, and she was like, お菓子あげるよみたいな like come into my house. Okay, every parent's nightmare.
海外だったら危ないかもしれない。小樽だから maybe まあまあまあ。
そう
Maybe it's okay.
So I went in. And then
食べた
いやもち
じゃん。
ろん食べるっしょ。Like
美味しかった
めっちゃ美味しかった。That's how I started. So she turned out to be like a team master.
あ、この人
Yeah, that's my
この方
teacher.
この方
この
から
方から
まんじゅう出されて。
Yeah, and then
これ
she turned out to be like a tea master, and she gave me loads of Japanese sweets, and she was like, "Go back to your parents' house. Tell them.
Tell the world.
You want to learn. Ocha, I do this every Friday here or something."
めっちゃ面白そうなおばあちゃんね。
そう、めっちゃなんかいい先生で、like I don't know if she really wants to teach me. I don't know, some kind of destiny, something drew us together. And then I started doing it every Friday. I still do it sometimes. When I'm at my parents' house, I have all the stuff. But what was like a double-edged sword doing this is because she used to get like all the really traditional Japanese sweets from Kyoto. So I grew up eating these like amazing Japanese sweets. Also growing up in Hokkaido eating the best seafood. And then I moved to the UK,
Flex.
so
And then you had fish and chips.
そう結構 I don't think the stereotype of like British food being bad is true.
Okay.
It's good, but from that was a bit
The comparison.
難しかった。
でも how long did you train with this tea master?
So 小学校2年生 till I left UK.
That's a long
so,
time. じゃあめっちゃうまいじゃん。
but yeah, I did it for six years. Yeah, it's like how Japanese can you get?
This
like,
is the
そう
the Japanese.
そう。だからそれもあって when people like didn't see me Japanese as Japanese, it was really like confusing.
あ、そうね。
like,
But you're like, like, how Japanese can you be?
so, but I really enjoyed it because like it's kind of like Ocha is really special because it's not like yoga, but it's kind of like that where you kind of like in the now, you're enjoying a bowl of tea. You know, you're not just throwing in a tea bag
Yeah.
and making a cup of tea. It's
You're-
like there's a whole dance to it, and you're like savoring that moment. So I really like it. Yeah, but yeah, that's the funny story of that.
That's funny. That is very Nihonjin of you. Well, actually, and just real quick, you were saying like a lot of people in Japan maybe were saying like treating you as not Japanese. Was that like a pain point growing up in Otaru? Was it like,
yeah, I think
were you bullied for it, or were you just more like
I definitely was picked on. Like
in what way?
I think what really frustrated me growing up was because you know it's Otaru, not Tokyo, so there's hardly anyone like me. Like no, just in Japan.
Yeah, just in Japan.
Just in Japan. So everywhere I go, people will be staring at me. Like as soon as I leave the house, people will be staring at me. Like, and it felt really weird, and like it made me like, oh, I'm different. Like I'm like an alien or something. So that was weird. I think that stopped when I moved to the UK. I mean, there's still like, you know, I was still unusual, but that stopped, and that felt really like oh, I felt for the first time like, oh, I feel invisible. Like it feels great.
In a good
like,
way, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like I was really tense when I was living in Japan. I mean, I had a great time as well, but that side was like really tense. And then when I moved, I felt like I felt like I could relax a bit. So yeah, and then like other stuff like because my surname's Perry.
Yeah.
So people used to pick at me.
Oh,
like Perry Kurofune
もしかして
みたいな。わかる？
マシューペリー。
So he's very famous in
Perry.
Japan. So, but then he's American. Commodore Perry's American, so he's definitely not related to me.
That's like every Japanese person learns about Matthew Perry. He's the guy who, in the 1800s, basically came to Japan and with on black ships with cannons, and then shot the cannonballs into Japan. It's in Shimoda. I actually really like Shimoda. It's
Wait, maybe I should go.
no, Shimoda is great. Yeah, you should. There's a Perry Road. You can go to Perry Road in Shimoda. It's actually like a pretty nice area.
Next time I should go.
めっちゃいいよ。でも Perry Road. Shimoda is like, you can surf there and stuff. It's one of my favorite places to go in Shizuoka.
マジ？
So. But Perry Road. I didn't know who Perry was until I moved to Japan.
Really? Actually, nobody really knows about.
Yeah, you wouldn't really learn about this in history in America because in American history, it's like we own everything anyway. America owns everything. So of course they would own Japan. Oh yeah, I guess one last thing I'm curious about. Do you call yourself hafu or mixed, or how do you, if you want to explain to someone like your
this is really
backstory?
Interesting, because like I know like some people don't like the word hafu, and I don't know to be honest, because I've been living in the UK for a while, so I never say like I'm hafu in the UK. I say I'm mixed, so I guess I'll say mix, but I don't know, is hafu like not?
I don't know, it's like kind of phasing out. I feel like
Really?
a lot of people are choosing probably to say more like mixu.
Mixu.
But like hafu, it's kind of like the easier one to say because everyone kind of knows what that is.
Actually, what I realize I do, which I should maybe change, is like when I'm in Japan, you know, I get like, なんで日本語そんなに上手なの? And I would say, お母さんが日本人なんです. But then I'm like, why am I saying that? I should just say I'm Japanese. Or like, why am I saying, oh, don't worry, my mom's Japanese. it's like saying, it's weird, because if I just said I'm Japanese, people will be confused in a way.
This is every mixed person's thing.
So I'm like, why am I doing this?
I think a lot of us would now, at least for me, I'd like try to take the path of least resistance. So it's like, you know, without, I don't want to say like, oh, actually I was born here and this and that.
Yeah.
I'll just say like,
you better sit down. You need to sit down for this.
so I sometimes I would just say, yeah, ハーフだから。
まあ一番簡単だよね、
Yeah.
それが。I think maybe it's like, maybe it's a really hard topic.
Right,
I
you're
think
just
it
like-
will get better in the future, I think. It's just 珍しい, so people
Yeah. Now it's
find
more
it
and
hard
more
to-
just like, you know what, I just speak both languages. And I think like a lot of people in Tokyo don't ask as much. They're just like something. They somehow they just like, they know both. And I think a lot of younger people are way less like, they pry less into these topics.
あ、そうなんだ。
You know, sometimes the questions would be like, oh, did you speak English in the household? And someone's like, actually, I never met my father or something. You know, like,
We're opening a can of worms.
yeah, you know, like,
maybe
so
we
it's
should
like, just don't ask these questions, you know?
Do you ever think about like what would have been like if you stayed in America or grew up in Japan? Like,
Yeah, I think about a lot of things like that. I mean, sometimes I think about what if I just like decided to punch someone in the face right now too. Not that I'm actually going to do it, but I'm just like, oh, there's so many paths that could happen.
okay, yeah.
I'm just making a joke, but yes, I have thought about like, yeah, what if I had decided to move back to America and stayed and worked there? Would I be happier? And then sometimes like, well, no, because I came to Japan, I learned Japanese more and I can have a podcast like this, which is every now and then I have to look back and just be like, I'm really happy that, yeah, I have this because now I can meet people like you. And I think I always was interested in hearing and learning about people's stories. Maybe some of that is One Piece related because you see a character and then they go into the backstory, which makes you learn and like appreciate them more because you figure out like, wow, this person's so cool. And then you hear about all the stuff that they went through and you're like, oh shoot, like that's why.
Yeah, that's
why they're
true,
the way they are. And that's the One Piece method I have on this podcast.
Is that your favorite all-time favorite anime?
Yeah, I think so. And that's kind of like the format of this podcast. The show is like, hey, we have this person. This is who they are, but do you know the backstory? And then you go to the backstory, and then you're like, oh wow, that's why they are where they are. Yeah.
Wait, I have one Piece story.
Oh,
Maybe we
please give
can
it to
end
me.
on that.
Yeah, let's
it's
end
not,
on that.
Maybe it's not a good one.
Why
no.
is it not
So basically, I used to read One Piece, like manga, maybe until like the 10th one. So I haven't gone
Volume 10? That's not very far, is it?
Not very far at all, but there's a reason to this. Because my brother was the One Piece manga reader, and this was when I was living in Japan, I used to steal his manga and read it. But then one time, I accidentally dropped it in the bath. Sorry, this was not in Japan. This was in the UK.
Okay.
Because
This
you know,
is
when manga was like
These
really,
are the goods that you have to get shipped.
Yeah, this is like really like rare than like gold at this point. And my brother was so angry at me.
It's like, how did you drop it?
Yeah, and my mom got really angry.
Really?
So I stopped stealing his manga, and then that's why I stopped reading until like the 10th one. I'm so sorry. I really enjoyed it, but it's just like since then I got traumatized, and then.
No, I see. This is the universe past that. What if you
maybe.
had never dropped a book? You would be a One Piece fan right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's not too late.
Okay,
it's never
not
too late. You can.
Yeah,
you would like
agree.
it.
Okay.
You should join the fandom. All right. Yeah, we could end on that. I mean,
we can end on that.
And any final message, I guess, to your fans that have supported Kero Kero Bonito for the past.
That's right. Without you guys, I won't be here. So thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, Sarah, thank you for being here. 本当に来てくれてありがとう。
ありがとう。めっちゃ楽しかった。
Yeah,
ありがとう。
If you enjoyed this podcast, also make sure to like, subscribe, hit up Patreon. Also, Sarah's profiles and everything will be there as well. So check it out. All right, thank you, Sarah, again.
Thank you very much.
ありがとう。
ありがとう。